Hi guys and gals, animal friends and spirit pals, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. Today's video, I thought I would give you the conclusion to that dolphin story I started a few days ago so that you can know what happened next. Okay, a little bit more dolphin story for you. I wanted to take a minute first though to thank you 9 wonderful people who subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. You don't know how much. Helps me out a lot. Mostly it just helps get the videos out to more people, and I do really appreciate it. If you did subscribe and you want to know when a new video is coming out that I make, push that little bell button that's there. It looks like a little bell. Click on that, and then you can get notifications whenever I put out a video. Simple as that. How great is that? Also, be sure to like the videos if you do, because that also helps me get them out to more people. Okay, let's see. Now, where was I when I left off? Let me think. I was a lot younger. I was a lot cuter, a lot thinner. I was on the beach in a cute little Speedo. Oh! And dolphins were there. That's right. I was standing in the water up to my knees, and I was busy making deals with the universe to help me get into the water with the dolphins. I'd asked the universe, please let the wind stop blowing and let the sun come out for a minute. And there's too many dolphins. Please, I can't go in with so many. And then, as if by magic, like the universe was listening and answering my prayers, instantly the wind stopped blowing. The sun came out like a miracle, warm and bright, and the dolphins split up. 5 of them swam out to sea, 2 turned, came in a little bit closer, and sat there facing me, saying, "Come on in." I was frozen in place. My legs felt like lead stuck in the sand, and I couldn't move at all. Meanwhile, those people were coming closer to the edge of the ocean, you know, and running towards the dolphins. And so they turned and began to swim away. And I said, "Oh no, I waited too late." And they go, "No, if you come in right now, we'll come back." And I just stood there frozen. I couldn't go in the water. And so they turned and began to swim up the coast. And I stood there feeling pretty defeated. Meanwhile, those kids and those people ran into the water, and the dolphins were gone up the beach. And I thought, man, what a piece of crap. I made all these deals with the universe, and then I didn't go through with my part. Felt like a total failure. And you might think this is the end of the story, but it really isn't. It goes on a little bit longer here. So I go back to my stuff on the beach, feeling defeated, and start packing stuff up to go. Right then, I get the old heavy head, huge pressure on my forehead right here in the center, and they go, "Don't punish yourself and beat yourself up. This is a beginning, not an ending. This wasn't a failure. This was a success. You're not limited. The universe doesn't limit your opportunities for growth and expansion. There's always more that come behind that one. You know, one opportunity leads to the next. Sometimes you can't have the next one until you experience the first one. Please don't waste time punishing yourself and feeling like a failure." And all that sounded great. And it was very clear in my head, and I got it, and I heard it. Still didn't feel that great about not getting in the water. Now that's odd because, number one, I have a fear of the ocean, what's underneath. I like to be, wade and get up and swim around as long as I can still kind of see in the water. But once it gets so deep that I can't see what's under there, I really don't like it. It scares me a lot, and it's kind of an unnatural fear. I don't know exactly why. I think it's probably past life related. But I've always had that. I don't like that murky, dark, under the surface energy. It scares me quite a bit. So it's not really that surprising that I wasn't able to jump into the deep water with a big bunch of wild dolphins. And as I think about it, it probably wasn't completely safe or smart to do that, even though I felt like such a failure. As I got back to my car to go home, they came through one more time, really clear and strong, that same routine of heavy head, pressure on the forehead, closing my eyes, and saying, again, stop punishing yourself. This was the first step. A next step is coming. There's always more opportunities. You'll have another opportunity to interact with us. Please accept this as a success and the first step, not the final step. So I felt a little better and I went home. That afternoon, I got a call from my friend Neville. You remember him. He was the guy that channeled the dolphins in the first place for me. He was the one that they came through and told me to make the appointment. And he was also my good friend. I really liked him a lot. He was a really nice guy. And he called me to invite me to go with him the next day to Marineland, the one that was in California. It's not there anymore. It's been gone for many years. But back in the 80s, it was still there. And he had a couple of family members that were visiting him. And he was going to go and take them to Marineland. He wanted to know if I wanted to go with them. I told him about my experience at the beach with the dolphins, and of course he was really excited about that. And he said, well, maybe we'll see dolphins there. I think they have them. I think they do shows there. And we can go and just continue your experience with the dolphins and maybe see some there. I think they have shows, and will you come with me? And so I decided to go, even though I didn't really know his relatives, and I'm not that great with people I don't know. I'm a little bit shy and quiet. But I went anyway. As we got there, it was a really, really hot day that day. No sign of rain or clouds or anything like that. It was smothering hot. And as we were parking and finding a place, to put the car and get settled, it was getting hotter and hotter. Sweat was just pouring off me. I'm a hot-natured person anyway. I don't really like the heat that much. And I said out loud to everybody in the car, you know what? I wish somebody would splash me at the park because I'm so hot, I can't stand it. We go on into the park, and the first thing we come to is a big pool they have there, and it was called a dolphin petting pool. Didn't even know there was such a thing. And, that was pretty exciting. I thought, oh, maybe I can interact or touch the dolphins here. Wouldn't that be great? So there was quite a few people around that pool, and I was noticing, the dolphins didn't have to come to you if they didn't want to. There's plenty of room for them to swim and play without going up to humans and interacting. And so we go up to the side of the pool. Right when we get to the side, one of the dolphins leaps up as high as he can, comes down in a belly flop, throws water straight up into the air. It comes down onto me as if there was a bucket over my head, dumped on top of me, and I was completely drenched in water from head to toe. Every speck of me soaked through and through. And then my friends, Neville and his relatives, turned and looked at me. Neville goes, looks like somebody answered your wish. That was that a coincidence? Could be. Seemed awfully right on to me that I'm standing there at the dolphin pool right after I said, I hope somebody splashes me, and he completely soaked me from head to toe. And then right after that, I'm sitting there, and the dolphin swims up to the edge and lets me pet him. So I'm petting him and stroking his head, and then as soon as I start that, the kids and the people start coming over to my side, gets to see the dolphins over there, and here they all come, yelling and screaming obnoxiously, and so he swims away. And then they go over to the other side trying to get the dolphins to come, and then he comes right back to me and lets me pet him again. And this happened like 3 times. They would come over, he'd swim away, they would leave me alone, he'd come back, and I could pet him. So in that way, I did get to pet the dolphins. We went on and had a great day there at Marineland. And I thought about that a lot. And I realized, well, especially now, but shortly after that, that the dolphins were right. That wasn't me blowing an opportunity. That wasn't my only chance. That wasn't the end of it. That was really the beginning. That interaction with the dolphins that day did something, to my third eye. Suddenly, I was more clearly connected to telepathy, to the third eye, being able to communicate with the animal kingdom than ever before. It was clear as it could be. It felt like that interaction with that group of dolphins, that they had worked with my receptors, or whatever you want to call it, my third eye, and it opened it and it expanded it so that I would have would be able to better pursue my relationship with the with the animals, and my ability to communicate with them and them to communicate with me. So in that way, that appointment, I feel, was for that energy work and that energy connection that I had with them. And I'll always be grateful for that, because they didn't have to do it, I prayed and wanted more clarity, and the dolphins came through to give it to me. And I felt very blessed by that, and I still do. It's interesting because since that time and all the times I've communicated with animals since then, that was one of a very few times when the energy came through as we, rather than an individual. It was more of a group connection, and it felt like that. They kept saying we. It felt more a larger energy. Also, that energy was very fun, joyful, frolicsome, playful. They had a really exciting energy. And I've always associated them ever since with joy, playfulness. They seemed like they were proud of their ability to telepathically communicate with humans and their ability to instigate that communication. Start it from their side instead of me or somebody like me, or you. Again, I think everybody has this ability if they seek it out and pursue it and work at it. And so, I don't know, I felt like it was part of their service and part of their expression to communicate with humans and to help to open that third eye area, or at least that was my experience with them. And I'll be forever grateful to that experience. It makes me really emotional. Like nearly 40 years later, because it's still so very powerful to me. And I'm always grateful to my connection to all the animals, and to Mother Earth, and to Source, which is all one and the same anyway. So I just wanted to share that story with you. I don't know, you guys may have stories like that. I'd love to hear about them down below. Or if you have any questions or comments you'd like to add, if you want to tell me that I was a big old chicken and a failure for not going in the water and swimming with them, that's fine too. Whatever you'd like to say. I just wanted to share that story with you guys because it was so important for me, and it also really got me started on a whole new part of my life and my expression, and really what I think of as my service on the earth, really, or one of them at least. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in and for watching the rest of this story. And if you'd like me to tell you another story, please like and comment below, give it a thumbs up, and I want to relate another story. The next one, I think I'm going to tell you, has to do with bears. Okay, you guys, love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, may the source be with you.